So are you saying LeBron is better than Michael Jordan?
I would pick LeBron James.
For years, Isiah Thomas has been making bold comparisons between Michael Jordan and LeBron James, even going so far as to declare LeBron the greatest player of all time. Now it appears Michael Jordan has finally had enough. He's breaking his silence, and what he's saying could completely reshake the GOAT debate. It all went down on January 8, 2026, when Isiah Thomas stepped into the FanDuel TV studio to join Michelle Beadle, DeMarcus Cousins, and Chandler Parsons. What started as a casual discussion about basketball eras and competition levels quickly escalated. By the time Isiah finished, he'd dropped a statement so explosive it sent shockwaves through every corner of the sports world.
Our era is considered to be the golden era. This is what I don't understand about your era, right? You guys are playing with arguably the greatest player to ever play. And excuse me when I say this, but y'all treat him like he ain't nothing, you know?
This wasn't just another hot take. Isiah was directly challenging today's players, questioning why they continue to idolize Jordan when they have LeBron James competing right alongside them. Then came the moment that stopped everyone in their tracks.
I can say our era was the greatest. Oh, you know, Michael Jordan was the greatest. Nobody could ever be greater than Michael Jordan, right? Okay, and then you turn around, but in your era, LeBron James sitting there, he holding every single basketball record. I mean, every single one of them. And you're looking at a Kevin Durant and you're looking at a Steph Curry, but then when y'all say who the greatest, y'all talk about the guy that gave you some shoes and, you know, gave you some more.
When Isiah said players are hyping up the guy who gave them shoes, he fired a direct shot at Jordan's Nike empire. His implication was clear. Jordan's brand has essentially manipulated fans into crowning MJ as the greatest, not because of what he accomplished on the court, but because of the Jumpman logo's cultural dominance. Michelle Beadle pushed back, defending Jordan by saying, "It's all about nostalgia. That's what made me love basketball." But Isiah refused to budge. He's been championing LeBron for more than a decade. Back in 2013 on ESPN 1000 radio, Isiah declared, "LeBron is probably a better athlete than Michael Jordan ever was. He's bigger, faster, stronger." By 2018, he went even further on Get Up, stating flat out that LeBron James is a much better basketball player than Michael Jordan. For years, Isiah has been LeBron's most vocal advocate, evolving his arguments from pure athleticism to statistics and now to culture itself. He's claiming that people don't recognize how much Jordan's commercial influence has shaped the entire GOAT narrative. The feud between Michael Jordan and Isiah Thomas represents one of the longest and most bitter rivalries the NBA has ever seen.
You can show me anything you want. There's no way you can convince me he wasn't an asshole.
National television, and you called me an asshole. And then you said you hated me. You said that on national television. Now, if you didn't mean it, get on national television
Say that.
and apologize for it. Now, if you meant
These two legends faced off for the last time in 1993, yet somehow they're still talking about their beef 3 decades later.
I don't know what happened, but I know I didn't lead the walk-off.
Well, I know it's all bullshit.
This is the complete story of basketball's most legendary feud, a battle that kicked off way back in 1985. Here's the twist. Isiah Thomas and Michael Jordan's first meeting didn't happen in an NBA arena. It went down during the 1984 Olympic trials. Back then, Team USA sent college players to compete, and in '84, they prepared by running exhibition games against the league's best. Nobody realized it at the time, but that '84 collegiate squad was stacked beyond belief. You had Michael Jordan, obviously, plus future Hall of Famers Patrick Ewing and Chris Mullin, along with several players who'd go on to have serious NBA careers. Still, nobody gave these college kids a shot against NBA All-Stars like Isiah Thomas, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, and the rest of the squad. Sure, the NBA roster rotated game to game, and they weren't in peak shape right after the season ended in early July, but come on, pros versus college kids? What happened next shocked everyone. Jordan and Team USA absolutely destroyed the NBA's elite, going undefeated with a perfect 8-0 record. Isiah suited up for 3 of those games, averaging 13 points, while Jordan dropped 17 per contest. This kid was so explosive, so lightning quick, he left defenders shaking their heads. Jordan and Team USA would capture gold at the Olympics, winning by an average of 32 points per game. MJ led all American scorers with 17 points per game. When Michael entered the NBA, his dominance came fast. He poured in 37 points in just his 3rd career game. A week later, in his 7th NBA appearance, the Bulls faced Isiah's Pistons, a team that would become inseparable from both their careers. That first showdown with his future nemesis didn't start well for Jordan. Foul trouble kept him scoreless through the entire first half. But the second half, different story. He exploded for 25 points to lead the Bulls to victory. Despite the loss, Isiah outplayed Michael individually with 35 points and 10 assists. Isiah finally got his first win over Jordan in January 1985, but their next meeting would plant the seeds of their legendary conflict. It happened at the 1985 All-Star Game. MJ felt completely disrespected by Isiah Thomas in the Eastern Conference starters. In MJ's mind, Thomas was freezing him out, refusing to pass him the ball and instructing his teammates to do the same. But here's the thing, the numbers don't really support that narrative. Jordan took 9 shots in 22 minutes, which wasn't unusually low. Adrian Dantley, the reigning scoring champion, only took 6 shots. Kareem and Bernard King each took 10 in the same court time. According to Jordan, though, the real beef didn't start on the court. It started in an elevator. I got on an elevator with Isiah Thomas to go downstairs for a league meeting. That was the first time I met him, and I said, "Hello, how you doing?" That's all I said. I was really intimidated because I didn't know him, and I didn't want to get on his nerves. I didn't want to seem like a rookie, and I was quiet when I went down to the room for the meeting. I still didn't say anything. After the weekend was over, it got back to me that I was arrogant and cocky, and I wouldn't even speak to Isiah on the elevator, that I gave him the cold shoulder. And I'm saying Isiah Thomas initiated it all. But every story has 2 sides. According to Isiah's manager, Jordan showed up to Saturday workouts wearing Nike gear, which violated NBA protocol. That rubbed Isiah the wrong way. He felt the hyped rookie was showboating. After All-Star Weekend wrapped, fate delivered the perfect setup. Jordan and Isiah met in the very next game. Jordan torched the Pistons for a then career-high 49 points on 19 of 31 shooting in an overtime victory. It was a grudge game from my standpoint, the man who always took everything personally. The media jumped all over the freeze-out story. Headlines screamed, "Jordan gets his revenge, scores 49." The beef was officially born. In 1987, Jordan set another career high against Detroit, an insane 61 points on 22 of 39 shooting in an overtime thriller. But in the playoffs, MJ swallowed bitter defeat after bitter defeat. His first 3 postseason runs produced just 1 win total. When Jordan finally won his first playoff series in 1988, the Pistons immediately humbled him, crushing the Bulls 4-1 in the second round. The next 2 seasons brought more heartbreak. Chicago reached the conference finals twice, but both times Detroit proved to be an unsolvable puzzle. The Pistons implemented the notorious Jordan rules, brutal defensive schemes designed to beat the hell out of MJ with hard fouls and slow down the world's best player. Despite their battles, Isiah always spoke highly of Jordan publicly, even calling him the best player in the game.
Believable in terms of his quickness, his strength, his jumping ability, his touch, and also his knowledge and understanding for the game. He by far, is the best.
By 1991, the Pistons were aging and exhausted from 3 consecutive finals appearances. When they met Chicago again in the conference finals, the Bulls were peaking. MJ, Pippen, and Horace Grant were all in their athletic prime. Chicago dominated, winning the first 3 games. Before Game 4, Jordan dropped a bombshell. He called the Pistons undeserving champions and said the Bad Boys were bad for basketball.
Jordan has a press conference, and he called us thugs, bad for basketball, and then called us undeserving champions. Now, we done beat the Lakers, we done beat the Celtics, we done beat y'all several times. Ain't nobody had a harder march to the NBA Finals than the Detroit Pistons. We done got cheated, we done got beat up. We have beaten the best of the best to ever play this game.
Isiah fired back. People will look back at this team and say we were one of the greatest teams to play basketball. We were great champions. He should be classier than to talk like that. The Pistons were furious and motivated to make MJ eat his words. But the Bulls were simply too good. They completed the sweep. Then came one of the most controversial moments in playoff history. In the final seconds of Game 4, with the outcome decided, the Pistons walked off the floor before the final buzzer. They marched past the Bulls bench with their heads down, refusing to shake hands or congratulate the victors.
I didn't lead the walk-off. There were several people in front of me. What happened? But I know I didn't lead the walk-off. We didn't do anything any different than the Celtics did, or the Lakers did, or anybody else did. After championship games, I don't remember teams going shaking hands. This is just me. Maybe I missed something somewhere.
The controversy exploded. The beef between Jordan and Thomas reached a boiling point. MJ and Chicago went on to capture their first NBA championship by defeating the Lakers in the finals. Shortly after, MJ received a phone call that would change basketball forever. Rod Thorne, part of the U.S. Olympic Selection Committee, was calling to recruit Jordan for the 1992 Barcelona Olympics.
I said, Rod, I won't play if Isiah Thomas is on the team. He assured me. He said, you know what? Chuck doesn't want Isiah, so Isiah is not going to be part of the team.
According to Jack McCallum's book, Dream Team, Jordan made his position clear crystal. Rod, I don't want to play if Isiah Thomas is on the team. McCallum even released podcast recordings of Jordan making this statement. In the 2020 documentary, The Last Dance, Jordan admitted he hated Isiah, but denied having any role in Thomas being left off the Dream Team.
It was insinuated that I was asking about him, but I never threw his name in.
Ultimately, MJ accepted the invitation. On September 21st, 1991, the announcement came. 10 NBA superstars would represent Team USA. Barkley, Bird, Ewing, Johnson, Jordan, Malone, Mullen, Pippen, Robinson, and Stockton. Isiah's absence sparked massive media backlash. He'd made the All-Star team every single year since entering the league and was widely considered the second greatest point guard ever behind Magic Johnson.
Me, the best point guard of all time is Magic Johnson, and right behind him is Isiah Thomas.
While still playing, Jordan denied the accusations that he blocked Isiah's selection.
If you want to attribute it to me, go ahead and be my guest. But it wasn't me.
From a pure basketball standpoint in 1991, Isiah was certainly a bigger name, but he wasn't better than Magic or John Stockton, who'd led the NBA in assists for 4 straight years and was the superior shooter. Though undoubtedly disappointed to miss out on the greatest team ever assembled, Isiah remained complimentary of Michael. During the 1993 finals, he joined the NBC broadcast and spent the entire time praising Jordan's greatness. Isiah retired in 1994. He faced Jordan 65 times in the NBA and held a 36-29 winning record, including 12-10 in the playoffs. For the next 25 years, the beef mostly lay dormant, with only occasional jabs here and there. In 2004, Michael spoke with Cigar Aficionado about their issues. Isiah was from Chicago, and he wanted to come back and show he still dominated Chicago. I was the new guy in Chicago, and people were supporting the team. It became a dogfight between us. There was some real hatred there. Former Bulls player Brad Sellers echoed similar thoughts. We all heard about what happened at the 1985 All-Star Game, but the bigger issue was that Isiah was from Chicago. He worked to be one of the top players to represent that city, and Mike came in and eviscerated that. I can't imagine what that felt like for Zeke to have an outsider come in and have the entire city behind him. There was no love left for him in Chicago, except from family. John Sally, who played with both legends, confirmed this story.
I was home and his nephew was wearing a Bulls jersey, Michael Jordan Bulls jersey. Okay. He said, hey, what are you doing? We're in Chicago, this is my team. It's his nephew. He's not really understanding that it's the great Isiah Thomas plays for Detroit. We don't wear that, we wear this, but I'm from Chicago. I'm down with the Bull movement. Isiah was mad at that. Not to Michael personally. In his brain, every time I play against this dude, I'm gonna try to go off so my nephew sees this is the jersey you should wear. Never.
In 2009, Larry Bird and Magic Johnson published When the Game Was Ours. In it, Magic reportedly said Isiah killed his own chances at making the Olympics and that nobody on that team wanted to play with him. Magic later denied making those statements. Isiah addressed this during a 2015 Open Court episode.
So Joe has to play that. Or if you put Dennis on him, who's going to put it? Dennis had to play too. Remember, we had to go through our AD transition.
During that same episode, Isiah couldn't resist bragging about how he used to beat Jordan throughout the 80s.
Jordan was a great player in the 80s, but they were finishing third and fourth in the division.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so I know all y'all watching want to say, oh, Jordan was he was great in the 90s.
Yes.
He dominated in the 90s.
Yes.
But in the 80s, he was out in the first round.
Nothing reignited this rivalry like the 2020 documentary The Last Dance, which might have gotten more viewers than the actual 1998 NBA season. In the doc, MJ discussed the Pistons' infamous walk-off during the 1991 playoffs.
You can show me anything you want. There's no way you can convince me he wasn't the asshole.
The Last Dance didn't sit well with many people involved in the story, notably teammates Scottie Pippen, Luke Longley, Horace Grant, Bill Cartwright, Craig Hodges, and Ron Harper. Obviously, Isiah wasn't thrilled either. Thomas said he knew about their rivalry, but didn't realize Jordan actually hated him.
I never knew this dude felt the way he felt until The Last Dance.
Thomas went on multiple podcasts discussing the documentary, even asking Jordan to apologize.
National television, and you called me an asshole. And then you said you hated me. You said that on national television. Now, if you didn't mean it, get on national television and apologize for it. Now, if you meant it, let it ride as it is.
Isiah explained how he helped Michael when he first got drafted by the Bulls.
His family, not only did they socialize, hang out, but as I said, you know, I had a little nephew that lived with him.
After The Last Dance, Isiah made a decision. He'd never call Jordan the GOAT again. Multiple times he cited LeBron as the best ever.
Are you saying LeBron is better than Michael Jordan?
I would pick LeBron James.
When asked who the best player he faced was, he ranked Jordan at number 4, a dramatic shift from what he said in the early 90s while still playing. In 2021, during the NBA's 75th anniversary, Jordan and Isiah did everything possible to avoid each other, proving the beef is alive and thriving. While Isiah publicly buried the hatchet with Magic Johnson in a televised moment full of hugs and tears, that's unlikely to happen with Jordan. MJ isn't on speaking terms with Scottie Pippen anymore. He hasn't talked to Charles Barkley in over a decade. The man is famously petty. Because as we know, Michael Jordan takes things personally. He and Isiah will probably hate each other to the grave.